Good morning, everyone. Trevor Thompson, TNT Pressure Cleaning, dynamite service with explosive results. Come take a walk with me. This is a home that was placed on the market, and it has sat for a little while, and it needs a little sprucing up. I've made note of the weather stripping around the garage doors, the house, the vines. I'll turn you around really quickly here. You can kind of see the dirt and debris that's climbing up alongside this home here. But our job today is to clean the pool enclosure. And so this is a travertine deck, and a lot of questions as to, can you use sodium hypochlorite? Do you need a peroxide base? It is suggested with travertine you use a peroxide-based chem as opposed to a sodium hypochlorite. Now, if you are going to use sodium hypochlorite, you need to know how to dilute it properly so that it's effective, yet it's not going to be aging and wreaking havoc on the stone 4 to 7 years down the road. So a really, really light mix. So if I turn you around here, you can kind of see what we're up against. You can see what the tracks look like. You can see how dirty they are. In fact, you can't even really see them. There's just so much debris through here. You can see what it looks like in through here. And you're gonna make note of all kinds of things like this rip. You can see the rip right through here in the screen. Beams are heavily oxidized. You can see the aluminum, the burn through right there. So that's where paint has completely failed. Very first thing I'm gonna do is come in here with a blower and blow out all these tracks, get those nice and clean. And then the very first thing I'm gonna do is climb up on that roof and clean out the super gutter. You can see how there's weeds growing in there. We'll bring you over here really quick, and you can tell, you see how those leaves built up right in here? So that is a good indication that that whole super gutter is completely full. If we pan over just a little bit more, you can see some vines that are growing down there. Those are on the inside of the cage, on both of those corners. You can see that one there. So that sort of gives you an idea of what that looks like. And then if we come over here, you can see on the stairs that lead to a hot tub, you can just see the weed growth that's happening in through here. And in fact, it's gotten so bad that if we step on this ledge here, you can see the weed growth that's underneath the coping there. So those are things that we're gonna want to obviously address and take care of. This pool deck looked outstanding the last time I did it, and it has just sat and sat without maintenance, and this is what you get. So you can just see the buildup along the windows and the frames and the doors. And the homeowner had called. They're in a different state, and they said, don't do the windows around the area because they're clean. Well, these windows are not clean. Look at these sills. That is definitely not a clean sill. Now, I have had to wait for about an hour or more for a screen guy to leave because they had a panel down. So a lot of times you're gonna get that. You're gonna get that, let's see what I got here. You're gonna get that. Thought I had someone inside, but it was just a shadow. Kind of freaked me out a little bit because it's kind of scary. The house has been sitting for a while, and I could have stayed on top of this, which would have been great, but I'm not a used car salesman, so I don't hound people. I do send postcards out. I do make calls when they pop up on the calendar. The customers who want annual maintenance, or customers that want, I have one guy that has me do many businesses, and I'm on a monthly contract with him. But and so I'll reach out to my homeowners every year or so. But it is up to the homeowner to do the maintenance on their property, and unfortunately, this property sat for too long. And I think what they really wanted was just to get this house sold, but you got to maintain it. Just look at that, guys. Fun, right? So your surface cleaner is going to get your thin-rooted weeds out, but you're going to have to come in here with a turbo tip at a distance, because travertine is different than the substrate on let's say a paver is going to be very porous. Travertine is also very brittle. It's not like flagstone, but you cannot pound this stuff. So the turbo tip at a distance in a circular motion will certainly dig these weeds up. I've got my work cut out for me, so I'm gonna go. But make note on certain things. Like if I turn you around here, I don't know if you guys can see it on the video or not, but number one, the water level is so low that nothing is even able to filter, okay? And then number two, this is all mold. That's all mold along the bottom of the pool there. So there's water in the pool, yet whoever's doing the maintenance on the pool is not brushing it properly or brushing it at all. And that's not something that you want. When you're showing a house, you want the house to look spectacular. And so I think maintenance is more imperative if the house is vacant, so that when you're doing those showings and you have potential buyers, that they're awestruck and they're like, wow, this place is gorgeous. You get someone in here and they take a look at, all the weed growth and the mold in the pool and the low water level and the weeds growing out of the gutter. There's structural damage. Let me turn you around here. Check this out. So, you've got structural damage. Can you guys see that? All the way through there. Okay? And you even have a little something hanging down there. So, if I was a property manager, if I was a real estate broker, if I was working, with the homeowner, I would let them know that how important this is for the showing. Because most people that are going to be buying a house are going to want to not have to do a whole lot to it, and at this point, you have no choice but to maintain, this deck. This is obviously a beautiful deck, but it has been neglected, and you can just see. Look what your grout lines look like. So. And then, just check this out, you got like a little mini forest going on, anyway, we're going to get to work. I will be using the X-Jet system, percarbonate. I'll be also using some SH, 2 different types of soaps. I'm going to be using a surface cleaner and a turbo tip. And I'm going to get up on a ladder right now and, start digging out old Mr. Tree out of the gutter, blow those gutters out. We have landscaping, so I'm not too concerned. I'm not sure how wet it is. I may have to bag up, but then I need to bring a ladder inside of here because look what we got going on here, guys. Just vines growing down. So that's not something you want to show to a potential buyer. So we're going to make this place look outstanding. We're going to be here for at least 4 hours or more. I'll show you guys the results. I'm very sorry to not show you the cleaning end of things. This is more of a video. These videos are for informational purposes, like, what are you using? How are you going about it? As opposed to just watching me walk around with a surface cleaner. The technique I use is a circle technique. The turbo tip is also a circle technique, the distances and all that. This stuff takes years and years and years to learn. And there are a plethora of videos. There's training programs out there. You can get yourself a job with another power washing company, pressure cleaning company, soft washing company, and learn hands-on. But this just doesn't come from, a video or two. This is just to kind of show you, what we're going to be using, how we're going to be going about it. And, and then to show you the results of what can be done, mainly with the X-Jet, because that's a problem-free solution. It's a lot more labor intensive because you're going to have to be carrying around a big old, SH tank. That's a poly tank, and you're going to have to batch mix. You're going to have to push your machine around. You're going to have to pull your hose reel out. You're going to have to invest in the right equipment, but it certainly gets the job done and gets the job done right. Take care, everyone. Have a great day.